Okay. All right. Welcome everyone to Here for the Horses. Glad you are here for the horses. We are going to get started here. Thanks for joining us. 14 miles, Carrie. Nice. That sounds fun, actually. I'd be game for that. I don't know if Georgia would want to haul me that far, but I'd be game for it. So what we're gonna go over today is, whoops, Marge is here. We're gonna go over a couple cool things. We're gonna go over homework for this week. Okay, so congrats. We have finished the face and head, so that's awesome. And we got more work to do on that, don't we? We're not done with that, are we? Okay, yeah, we got some more work. But that's okay, because this is all part of the process. You're gonna start incorporating these things into what you do with your horses, and everything's just gonna keep getting better. Okay, so we're going to talk about the new homework that I'm going to be giving out. And then we are going to talk about when horses try to buffalo you. Okay, so when horses try to buffalo you, and I have two videos that we're going to watch, and we're going to talk a little bit about that and what it looks like. Okay, so let's start off first, though, with a fun little video. I'm starting to do this now so that people have a little extra time to get in here before we get rolling. And they can find their way in here. So I have noticed my internet's a little bit slow today. We'll see how that goes. Okay, here's a little video I found.
Oh, I believe it. Oh my Lord, there's no way that happened.
You know what I mean, cowboy? That's why we do groundwork, sir. That's why we do groundwork. I mean, it looked fine at first. It's like, oh, it's just a little spook, and then it just escalated. You know, when things escalate. All right, so I think I have one more I was going to show you too. Let me look for it. Oh, this one is funny. Look at that face. Oh my gosh. Look at it. Gets funnier the longer you look. She don't like her neighbor. She don't like her neighbor. All right. So those are cute videos. Kate's been sending me a bunch this week, and it's funny because I don't know. I love videos like that. I think they're hilarious. Okay, so for this week, let me show you your new homework. I think I downloaded it. Let me find it first. Yes, I did. Okay, we finished the face and pull, face pull, head. So now what we're going to do is we're moving on to the neck. Okay. So here is the homework for this week. We are going to first do the neck assessment. Okay, neck assessment. We're going to do the crest pull, the crest ring, and the crest roll. Okay. Crest pull, crest ring, crest roll. That might sound like a lot, but they're like 2-minute videos and they all go together. Now, I have them in this order because this is the order of severity. Is that the right word? Intensity? Okay. So the crest pull is kind of your intro move. Okay. They shouldn't have a major adverse reaction to that. It's going to help them loosen up that crest. This is all after you do the neck assessment. And then you're going to do the crest ring. Okay, and that we named that specifically because what do you think of when you hear crest ring? You're going to ring it. Yeah, just like that. I love this one. I love this one the most. It's my favorite child. Okay. And then there's the crest roll. Now the crest roll is pretty intense. So you don't do that one first. Do you know what I mean? You don't do that one first. Okay. So you're going to do the neck assessment. You can rub the neck out really nice. Okay. Rub it up and down, rub the crest. Okay. And then you're going to do the crest pull. I do it 3 ways. Well, I do it 3 ways. 1, straight up, boom. That's your shoulder workout for the day. 2, toward you. And then 3, go to the other side and pull it toward you. So that's the 3 ways. So left, right, and up. You're going to get some reactions on this one. And what you're feeling for is you're feeling for where is it tight? Where is it loose? Where do they react? Okay. I'll give you a little hint. Generally, it's going to be tight at the pole and the wither. Not always. Pole and the wither. Tracy, hello. Glad you're here. All right. Julie's here. So pole and wither. That's where it's going to be tighter. It should be equal all the way down. Okay. So if you're pulling toward you and it just doesn't really want to move, just wiggle, wiggle, jiggle, jiggle it. Okay. It's going to get better. Now, when is it tight at the crest? It's tight at the crest when you have a crusty horse. Not crusty, cresty. Okay. So if you have a real cresty horse, big old fat crest on him, then that crest, okay, and I'll be honest with you, Mustangs and Adobe and Arabians. Okay. Now Arabians can get it just because they're kind of built like that, and then they start getting that real stiff neck. If they have a stiff, tight neck, it's gonna show up sometimes in that crest. They might not have like insulin resistance or anything like that. But they kind of get that cresty neck, and you got to break that up. Okay. So you're gonna have Morgans. You know what? I always forget about Morgans because do I even work on a single Morgan? I need more Morgans in my life. I'll tell you that right now. I love that breed, but there's just not a lot around me for some reasons. But yeah, Morgans, Andalusians, Friesians. Okay. I got that awesome video of the oh, Ellie's a oh, okay. I didn't know that. Oh, Morab, cool. I got the awesome video of Valentino Frisian Stallion doing this. I should just show it to you guys. Doing the crest pull. So yeah, so there's a lot of release you're gonna get from that crest pull. The crest ring, you're gonna break it up. You're gonna break that chunkiness up. So be aggressive, be aggressive, okay? Be aggressive, be aggressive. Break it up. You got to break it up. Somebody has to, they can't do it. After you've already done the crest pull, they won't mind. It feels like $1 million once it's done, because you know what they're going to do if they were restricted in their crest, they're going to put their head down and they're going to do this jazz. Like, oh, I can move it now. Okay. So that's going to help a lot. And then what, Cindy? Unmute.
I was trying to find the yellow hand raise, but what is it? You say break it up, the crust.
It's cresty tissue. So a lot of times it's fat. Okay. It can be fascia. It's not muscle. Okay. It's because the muscle's down further. And I was working on a horse this week, and she's never been cresty before. And I work on my horses like at kind of every 2 months. So I walked in and all of a sudden she had a crest out of nowhere. And it's springtime, you got to be real careful. And so I told the owner, I was like, hey, she's got a crest on her like nobody's business. And the owner was like, oh, I know, I just noticed that, a couple days ago, it came on really fast. And I go, yeah, it did, because she didn't have that 2 months ago, I'll tell you that. But it sits above the nuchal ligament. Okay, so it's above the muscle and above the nuchal ligament. So you got to break that crest up. Yeah, go ahead.
Break it up. I mean, what does that doing? I mean, I'm visualizing fat and fascia getting all googled in there, and then what happens to it?
Well, hopefully, it stays loose. What you want to pay attention to is how long does that stay loose? Does it stay loose?
Okay.
You know, get the weight off the horse if it's a weight issue. If it isn't, like some of the ravens I work on, it's like a overdoing of the neck.
Don't.
But once I get it loosened up, it stays loose for a long time. It can come back relatively fast, but it gets loosened up pretty quick, and it should stay loosened up, but you might have to double check it. Like on the Frisian and Stallion, I got to do that every once in a while with them. Okay. Yeah, Carrie?
Bella's is really big. She's got equine metabolic syndrome and
Yeah.
she gets fat on air.
Yeah,
And
me too.
the last couple of years when I was going through like the cancer journey stuff, that I didn't do everything. She didn't get the exercise she should have. So this year she's way bad. So her crest is hard as a brick and it's just huge. So it's
Yeah.
going to take some work.
Yeah, and you know what? I would start that with pounding.
Okay.
You got to pound it out at that point in time, but the crest ring is what's going to do it. That's what's gonna free that's you. I mean, and you're gonna do some serious action on something like that, but pound it, break it up. Yeah, it's gonna make a big difference.
How much time should I spend on that?
5 minutes.
On each side or
No,
just one?
I don't ever overdo too much on horses. You know, unless I know for sure I can really get it out, I won't torture them for long periods of time, but I will work really hard at getting it out.
Okay.
For a short period of time, and then I give them a break. Okay. I'm looking for that video real quick. Well, here's the stallion. Whoops, admit. I mean, well, I'll show you this because this is a good example. Here's the stallion. There's the Frisian stallion. So this is Valentino. Look at this before photo and this after photo. And you guys can see the crestiness that I'm talking about. Okay. But what this video is showing is just that he's relaxed after I'm done with him. You know what I mean? He's just got his head down now. And he stands like this in his stall. You know, he's used to kind of standing like that. But this is how he is after I'm done massaging him. So, yeah, I mean, it's important to kind of help them out. What you got, Kristen?
Is it the same for donkeys? Because you know how they get the really thick
gosh.
neck. Like I have a mini, I do have a donkey,
Great question.
and so I didn't know if
They
it would help.
have real weird, like round
Mm-hmm.
top line. Yeah, I would probably experiment with that. I don't have a donkey to experiment on, but
Okay.
Wanda does and Nancy does. Wanda, your donkey looks nice though. I don't see that on your donkey. They get it pretty often though.
You know, last year when we did the neck area, I started working on that and he's pretty good from the pole down and he's pretty good from the wither up. Now we're just working on that center part. And just if he comes in and he's just hanging around, I just do that real quick. So I probably do it a couple times a day. I don't put a halter on him or anything, but bit by bit, I can feel that break up. And he is very heavy because he lives with those two geldings. So he's getting way more food than he needs. And it's hard to create exercise for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been working on that for a while and I think it's getting better.
Yeah, that's cool. I can't find it now. I don't want to spend too much time looking for it, but I will put that video up for everyone on the coaching community page so everyone can watch it. It's a Valentino and I just did the crest pull and he just started yawning like a maniac and that thing went viral, so that was a funny video. Okay, so and then you have the last one, which is the crest roll. This is the most intense. I'll just be honest with you, they don't normally like it. I don't do it a lot. I'll do it once all the way through just to check, but I don't do it a lot because they don't really like it. Okay, so what you're doing there is your thumbs cross, your fingers go over their crest, and you pull their crest over your thumbs. Okay, if you have weak thumbs, cross them. If you don't, you're just rolling the crest over onto your side. Okay. Now someone, Elaine, I think it was, said she saw or heard or felt kind of a snapping on the top of the neck from like C2 or C3 forward, where it kind of snaps over that bone there. There's a reason for that. That's the nuchal ligament. It's nothing to be worried about. It does show me that it's a little bit tight. Okay. But if you take a look at a horse's skeleton, let me pull one up real quick. Equine skeleton. Here, we'll pull this one up. Okay, so let me share this. Hold on. Share this page. Okay, so if you look at this skeleton here, this top here is like a fin. Okay, it's like a fin. And the nuchal ligament runs from the pole down, and then it changes its name, and then it runs here, and then it changes its name again. Okay. But so when the nuchal ligament snaps over the top of this bone, it makes that kind of snapping feeling or sound. So that's what that is, just so everyone knows. It's nothing to be worried about. But it does tell me that that is tight. Okay. Yeah, Carrie?
One of those videos that you showed of one of the people that worked on their horses, you had replayed an area where you said to watch this again, you saw something snap on the neck.
Mhm.
Is that what you're talking about?
I don't remember.
It wasn't very
Uh,
long ago. They were working on the neck and he put his head down and then put his head up and then something just went right and you can see it. And you're like,
it
did you see
sounds
that?
like it.
And you're like, did you see that? And you replayed it and then put your pointer there and we got to watch it.
Oh,
Otherwise we
okay.
wouldn't have caught it.
It sounds like it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know for sure. I don't remember. Speaking of videos, I got some cool videos today. Anyways. Okay, so we're gonna, one, observe your horse's neck. Two, and there's a video for that on my online clinic. For those of you who are just joining us, thank you so much for coming. I have an online clinic. We are currently doing Journey Through the Horse. We just finished the face head pole. We're moving on to the neck. I will put the link up in the chat, copy, so that you can, if you do not have my online clinic, here you go. It's in the chat. Join us. It's fun, isn't it? Yeah. Raven is crusty. How often should I work on the neck? Weekly. Weekly. Twice a week if you can. Okay. Okay, so that was the homework for this week. Okay. So it's easy. Okay, we're gonna warm it up. We're gonna pull, we're gonna flip sides, pull. Okay. And then you want it to all feel equal from the top to the bottom. And then you're going to ring. And then you're going to roll. Okay. So you can do those all in one video if you want. But look for your horse's reactions and stuff like that. Go ahead and post your video on the community page. Okay. So those of you that aren't doing Journey Through the Horse, I allow people to, through the homework, post the videos, and you're going to see some of those tonight. So you're going to really enjoy it. And then I give feedback on them. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about a subject. And this is when your horse tries to buffalo you. Okay, who's had, and everyone who has, or is like working on something easy, down at the bottom, there's a little react button. And if you click on that, it says raise hand. Like I just raised my hand right there. Okay. So everyone who thinks that they have been buffaloed or constantly get buffaloed, raise your hand. Raise your hand, Jennifer. Jennifer's like, okay, all right. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. We know then. We know. All right. Cool. You can lower your hand now. So I bet you, Jenny put 2 hands up. I bet you we have all been buffaloed and didn't even know it. I remember working with this little paint horse that was bucking everybody off, and I thought, I'm gonna start him over. I'm gonna just start with groundwork. I'm gonna start with round penning. And so I started doing round pen exercises just where I ask him to turn toward me instead of the butt, you know. And 2 days of this, and I'm like, this horse is either a moron or he's smarter than I thought. And I go, you know what? I think he's buffaloing me. And I said, the next day I'm going to go out there and I'm going to really get after him when he acts dumb. Cause he would just like stop along the rail, you know, like, I don't understand what you're asking. And so I was like, the next day I'm going to get out, I'm going to go after him. I'm going to see what he really thinks. And then, so he did the same thing he always did. And I go, not this time. And I just was like, I went after him and he turned to the inside, took off. I swear I heard him go, oh, and then he never again acted like he didn't know what I was asking him to do. And I go, okay, I got your number now, buddy. Thanks a lot. You've been buffaloing me this whole time. We just wasted 3 days in the round pen. Boring. But they do it in body work also. Okay. They do it in body work also. Now, why do they do it? Why do they try to buffalo us into thinking, I'm fine, this is all good, we're fine? Okay. So it's another style of avoidance. They're avoiding. Okay. Yeah. So you stop. Why are they avoiding? Because they're worried about what you're going to do. They know you're getting close to an area that they have tension in, or that they've been protecting, or that they're worried about. So they're going to just pretend it's no big deal. They don't want to show weakness. Okay. So think about the horses that are going to be doing this. Okay. It's probably not going to be your extroverted horses, because they're going to be like, get away from me. I hate you. This is the worst thing ever. Or this, you're killing me. Okay. Those are going to be your extroverted horses. So your introverted horses will do this one. Your stoic horses will do this one. Okay. So they are, trying to avoid an uncomfortable situation. They're worried about it. They're hoping you're going to stop. And this is what I always say. If I stop, she'll go away. So if you hear me say that on videos, if I stand here quietly, she'll stop. Okay. So it works really well, to be honest with you, because I got another horse that was bucking people off. I've told this story before too. You could saddle him. Oh, I just saw a great video about that this week, actually. You could saddle him, bridle him, and the poor thing wouldn't move a muscle. Would not move a muscle. But when you put your butt in that saddle, he would explode. He bucked 3 people off before I got him. You know? And the one person he bucked off, I was impressed that he did it. I was like, oh, okay, bring him to my house. I clearly want this horse. Now, you know, my 5-year-old was riding him after that, because I started him over. I go, this horse is not calm. He is lying through his teeth about being okay with the saddle on right now. And the thought of you getting on is wild. Okay. Yeah, so they're just pretending that they're cool and they're not. So what do you need to look for to tell if a horse is trying to buffalo you or pretend they're fine? Okay, what are some signs? Well, one sign is they're not going to be relaxed. We know what relaxation looks like. Okay, we know what that looks like. So they're not going to show that. Yeah, introverted. Yes. Yep. Stone cold eyes. Okay. They're not going to be breathing. They're not going to breathe. They're not going to have a slow, relaxed, big, deep breath. Okay. They're not going to be moving. They get stone cold killer. Okay. Statue. They're going to go statue on you. Yeah, their head's going to be up because they're not going to be relaxed. When they're relaxed, their head is kind of down. I did watch a cool webinar that talked about the nuchal ligament and the power of the nuchal ligament. So the nuchal ligament, we already talked about that. It attaches the pole to the withers to the back. Okay. When a horse is putting their head down, the nuchal ligament actually is like telling it to kind of come back up into a relaxed manner. And then when the head is really high, the nuchal ligament is more relaxed. So it's like this little bungee cord effect. It's really cool. Okay. So their head should be in a relaxed manner, not straight down to the ground, because that is not going to be relaxed, but in a relaxed place. Okay. And they're going to be real quiet. Because they're going to go, if I'm real quiet, then she'll stop. They'll go away. It's when I act up that they keep doing stuff. So I'm just going to pretend there's no problem here. Okay. Tracy, do you have a question? Let me know if you do. So that is the some of the signs. Okay. So how do you handle it? Well, let's talk about how we handle it after we watch a couple videos. Okay. So let me pull up the video here. Doop, 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 doop. Too many tabs. Okay, so who am I going to look at first? Let's look at Bella. Oh, that's right there. We're going to look at Bella's jaw release. There's a lot of cool things that I want to go over in this one. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to mute myself. Or maybe I won't. We'll see. I'll try not to talk over myself because that's annoying. Okay. Share. So this is on the coaching community page. Okay, so here we go. I gotta move you guys out of the way. There we go. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Okay, so let's watch it again.
This is Bella's jaw release.
Good form, by the way, Carrie. Okay, so that's pretty funny, I think. And that is very typical of, that's very typical of when they are just like, if I ignore this, it goes away. Okay. Did you just see? She was like, I don't care. It's fine. Just leave it. And then Carrie did like the, you know, that was awesome. Okay. So there's two ways to address a horse that's buffaloing you or avoiding you. Okay. They're this part of the same problem. So what is the way that, what's the way that Carrie handled it? Who has an idea? Yep. Started moving her finger. What does that mean? I mean, what is that? That's increasing the intensity. You can increase the intensity. That's one way. That's what she just did. Breathing with the horse. That would be an awesome experiment. Yeah. That'd be so cool. So she increased the intensity. So I tell you guys, you should just have to put your finger in there. You don't need to move it around. You don't need to rub their gums. You don't need to do circles. Same with the TMJ, right? You don't need to do circles. You're just bringing attention to an area. What if that doesn't work? You can increase intensity. Okay, this goes for every part of their body, not just the jaw. Okay, but let's keep watching this because this was a great video. I have a stopping point. Okay, so we'll keep watching. This was a great video on the jaw release, by the way. Look at that. Do you guys see how slow that is? It's like, rah, rah. Okay. Oh, there you go. Then it just loosened up a bit. No, and then it got bigger, didn't it? Okay. Switch to the top. Excellent form. Look, she's doing it again. Okay. Now she's rubbing the top of the roof of her mouth. Increased intensity. And then she goes, ah. You guys see the improvement that's occurring over time with that jaw? There's a break. Whoops, sorry. Okay, this mare needs brakes, right? This mare needs brakes. Oh, did you see how much better that was? Bam! She opened that mouth quick. Oh, blue snot.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yes. Oh, boy. Not done yet.
Blue snot again. I love that.
Put that side. What do you think?
Okay. Pretty awesome, don't you think?
Other side?
Wasn't that pretty crazy? Hold on, let's stop that video. Okay. So, what you saw there was a stuck jaw, a stoic mare. The idea that I'm going to ignore this and you'll go away. A slight increase in intensity, nothing crazy, right? It didn't need to be crazy. And then her working it out. Okay. That was awesome. And then a complete release of the jaw along with that, the release, the yawning and the blowing out. Okay. How long was that jaw stuck? I don't know. It seemed like a while. Cause didn't it seem like a rusty hinge, like on a door, where it was just like, "Arr!" And you gotta kind of like, come on, baby. You gotta like work it out. Get a little WD-40 on that sucker. That's what it seemed like. Okay, so that jaw's been stuck for a while. Then you saw the second time she went to do it. Oh, I can do this. I open that. She's gonna go back tomorrow. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so that's something, she's gonna have that jaw completely loose. I mean, I think it is loose now, but you're gonna want to double check on that tomorrow. But I think after that, it's gonna be loose until there's another reason for it to be tight again. Okay, I think you got it. So years of tension has gone away. Carol Colleen, does the finger inside the cheek stimulate a different than using the upper palate? Yes. Yes. So the reason there are multiple positions is they're using their tongue to get your finger out of there. That's the key. Okay. So when you go at the bottom, the tongue goes, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. When you're on the top, the tongue is going, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. It's using different parts. And then same with the other side. Okay. And then you're on the top, it goes like that. That in connection with the movement of the jaw is what releases the jaw. That's why it's a jaw release. Okay. So the tongue's involved. The tongue's a major player. That's why when I'm doing the top or the bottom and I feel that tongue, you might hear me say it in some videos. I go, oh, they got a strong tongue. That's why it's important. And I've talked to a couple of you about clamping. I don't want to see this. Okay. For a couple reasons, because they'll bite you. Okay. Yeah, it is a hyoid release also. Yeah, I have a couple different hyoid releases for that. But you need to have your finger in there so that their tongue doesn't pull your finger back into their teeth. I want you clamped and holding. Okay. The other reason is they go like this and they get your finger out of their mouth. Okay. What you got, Leanne?
I had just a couple quick questions on that,
Sure.
plus on some of the comments you did this week on videos. When you're doing it, when you're watching the video, you'll say, oh, they're at 80% or 85%. But when you're the one doing it, I can't really see that. Is there a way you feel that? Or is it just if they yawn afterwards, is that kind of the sign that they actually got it? Because I'm at this angle and I can see it going open, but I can't tell if it's 75% or 100%.
Yeah, so that's a great question. So that is really just me kind of being like, that's not a full yawn. How accurate am I on percentages? I'm not really sure. But like if I were like this, you
Yeah.
guys would be able to say like, that's about 50%. If I was like that's about 80%, that I'm at 100% there. That my jaw doesn't get any bigger than that. Okay, so
Right.
that's all I'm doing there. Whether you can see it, I don't know. You should be able to see it enough to where it's like that's not a full yawn. If they have a full yawn, and I mean like full, I want their lips up over. I want one of their eyeballs rolled back, and I want their head up in the air. Like that's gold. Okay, that's gold. And then, and you saw that with Bella at the very end, okay? Like a full yawn, 100% yawn, they all kind of look the same. They're pretty hilarious looking, okay? So their lips are as tight as they can get, their jaw's as big as they can get, and their head is almost always in the air, almost always. Okay, so the rest of me just saying like that's about 70% is it's not quite where it's supposed to be. I want more, and I want about 30% more, okay, to where I think that's going to be a full range of motion.
Okay.
But second part of that question, yes, you can feel it. Yes, you can. Because what you're going to feel is, when she was doing Bella, it was like that. I know what that felt like because you can see it. And then there were a couple this week that were really good, like real loose. And it's loose. You can feel the mobility of it. Okay. So yeah, as far as how big the yawn is, I don't think I can feel that, but I can see it just by their action.
And the other thing I noticed in that video, which I don't really notice of my horses do it, I know Buckaroo doesn't because he stretches his neck out and does the big yawn in front. But that horse tipped the head to the side and yawned. Is that showing that maybe there's something else tight, that they're doing it sideways?
Very possible. I didn't catch that, but yeah, probably. That would be something that I would double check.
Okay.
You had made the comment that she's crooked on one side. So
Her face is crooked.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
good catch, Leanne.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. We'll be addressing that this week. Yep. Okay. All right. The next one I wanted to talk about, actually, if you guys had the chance to see Tom's video. I had Tom and Ellie messed up. So Tom is the big white, I believe he's warm blood and thoroughbred. And then Ellie was the big black one. I called Ellie. Okay, I want to watch this video with you guys. This is so cool. So hold on. I got it right here. I want you to pay attention to a lot of things here. Should I tell you? Yes. The first thing I want you to pay attention to is her asking permission, and I had to bring this one up again because it was so perfect. Asking permission and seeing what the horse had to say. Okay. And then we'll talk a little bit about what else I see here. Okay, here we go. Isn't he cute? He cute. Okay. We're gonna do a jaw release here. And she said that one, oh yeah, stay there. Everybody see that? Her asking permission. And what his answer was? No.
Not really.
Okay, let's watch it again. Here is the real Tom. The real Tom, please stand up. We're gonna do a jaw release here. And she said that one, oh yeah, stay there. Oh, look at that. That was cool. Wow, that was awesome. Still not ready. Yeah. There. I love that. That was so cool. Great example. I'm going to use that. Isn't that cool though? Wasn't that cool? Because she was like, can we begin? And he said, no. And then she goes, okay, I'll just wait for you. And she just waited. And then he was like, okay, rub face, blowout. And then he licked and chewed. He had a release of tension because she waited and asked permission to work on him. That was awesome. Okay. And then she continued to ask, and he came and touched her. So that was yes, let's move on. It took 35 seconds. That's going to be huge for some horses. Huge for some horses. Okay, so that's a special moment. All right, let's keep watching though. This horse is really interesting. Oh, he used that example. That was awesome. Good job. Okay, so anyways, I don't know what I was saying. I got distracted by a horse. It's not the first time. That's pretty darn good, actually. I mean, he's at about 80%. There we go. 85. There we go. Beautiful. That boy got a big old mouth. Good job. Good job. Look at his jaw. That is, look at his jaw. You can like see the outline of it. That's cool. Look at this. He is a big boy. He's so pretty. Okay, notice anything?
Yeah.
He gone. Interesting. He just went somewhere else there for a moment. He went somewhere else. Did you? Oh, yeah. Where did you go? He was gone. Everyone's through that one. Sure. I love his tongue movement. That's really good. His jaw's moving pretty darn good, honestly. Look at him. Uh-oh, he gone again. Where did you go? Went internal. Okay, there he is. He's back. It's kind of cool. Um, Good. Good. What's he doing right there? Kind of buffalo. Yeah. He's like, I'll just ignore this. I can't do this. Okay. So he did a little buffalo in there at the end. Oh, I like that. I like that chewing sound. That's nice. Okay. Okay. So I just find that horse really interesting, because and go ahead and go back and watch the rest of that video if you're on the coaching community, because he goes in and out of that pretty fast. So it tells me that that's an improvement, because a lot of times when they clock out, they're out for a bit. You have to, you see me do stuff over Chester's eyes. That's what I do to bring them back. I run my hand over their eyes. But he comes back on his own. So he goes into internal quickly, but he comes out of it quickly also. So I find that interesting. And I would definitely want to kind of pay attention to that. And signs of improvement is that he doesn't do that as much anymore. Like with Chester doesn't do that as much anymore. It's fantastic. Okay. So Jenny said, I scratch Mac's butt when he's internal for a while. I give him his moment and then bring him. Yeah, that's awesome. Good butt scratching. Always solves the problem. Okay. So I find that horse really interesting. Let's look at one more here. I wanted to watch. Oh yeah. Okay, I got a couple more actually. I want to show you Thunder. Thunder. I hear that song every time I say that name. Thunder and Blaze. Let's see, where is Thunder here? Is this it? Yes. Okay, so I want to go to 122. I marked it and everything, you guys. Okay. I was trying to fight that. Yeah, well, you need to do this with him for sure. Oh, actually, hold on. Okay, we have Casey. Watch from the beginning. Thunder doing distance work. This will be interesting because he does hold a lot in. Be interesting to see what he thinks. Oh, really? He didn't like that. This will be fun. That's him not liking something, by the way. Look at him resist that. He's like, I don't like that food stuff. He's trying to avoid it. Stick with him. There you go. That boy's not breathing at all. Oh, there he goes. Just took a breath. Look at how shallow his breathing is. He's like trying to avoid what you're doing in multiple ways. There you go. He's like, okay, that's weird. Uh-huh, good. Good. Yeah, that was interesting. Because he was trying to fight that. Yeah, oh, you need to do this with him for sure. He shouldn't have that reaction. Look at his breathing. There is none. He's not breathing. Look at his belly right here. So let's watch it. I'll put my cursor right there. That boy is not breathing. He's avoiding. There was, whoa, there's kind of a breath. He did it in 2 parts. That was really interesting. There's the lick and chew. Let's see if he starts breathing now. Head goes down. Oh. Okay. Jeez Louise. You're messing with my session here. Let me cock his hind leg. He's doing shallow breaths. There. He's like, let's get out of here. This breathing stuff's really weird. Yeah, Casey, you're gonna need to do that. Okay, so wasn't that interesting? You know, he was just like, that reminds me of like kids in the back of a car being like, I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, I'm not, and they're just like, get away from me, right? He just was like, no, no, okay. And then the not breathing at all. I mean, he looked like I had to move my cursor to make sure that my video didn't stall. That's how he wasn't moving. Okay, that's wild. Okay, so with those horses like that, man, you got to really be there for them and just be that patient and that kind. Oops, I just gave away an answer. So I told you there were 2 ways to get them to check to see if they're buffaloing you. The first one was increase intensity. What's the second one?
Kindness.
What's that?
Patience and kindness.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Wait it out. Stick with them. Okay. Just hold on. And I honestly like to say it in my head or say it out loud. And I've literally said this 50 times. Oh, I got all day, baby. I got all day. I have nothing better to do than stand here with you today. So if you want to take a while, that works great for me. And what that does is it relays the energy that they need from you. I got all day, baby. I have nothing better to do. Okay. So super important, those 2 ways, try them both, whatever works. Okay. But I thought that was really interesting. Another interesting thing I wanted to show you. Well, actually, let's see what time. Oh yeah, we're gonna do it real quick. We're gonna do it real quick. Let me just take us there. Let's just go there and see what happens. I want to show Barbie. If you guys haven't seen this cool video of Barbie, this was wild. Let me see if I can find her. Stephanie, I love your photos. Those are looking great. Oh, this one was fun too. Oh, little Joy is just going to be a massage diva. She thinks for sure that she was meant for this life of massage work, and she will from now on just be the best little model possible. Okay, where's Barbie at? Here she is. Watch this, you guys. Oh, can you see this? Yeah, okay. All right, we have a new one here. This is little Barbie. This is Kristen's Barbie. Kristen's doing distance work. And I told you, you do not need to do distance work just on the pole. It can be anywhere on their body. Okay, this is asking permission. Barbie was like, yeah, I don't care. Go right ahead. I'll just keep smelling your hands. Is this what we're doing today? Excellent. Okay, that's a clear yes. Okay, check this out. Permission here is first. You had to push her away first. Yeah, so she's all for it. okay. Super clear. He's like, we can do whatever you want today. I'm cool. Oh, did you see that big breath? That was cool. Did you guys see that big breath? Watch the, hold on, I'll rewind it. Watch the. I'm gonna fast forward here. And on this action, let me help. Okay, watch this. Doing distance work on the legs. Action, let me help. Let me help. Oh, look at the eyes, look at the eyes, look at the eyes. Wow, cool. Look at the eyes. She's feeling it. Oh, she's feeling it. Look at that. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Cool. Isn't that wild? Isn't that cool? We should do this more. I think
Look
we
at
should
her.
do this more. Look at that. Gorgeous. Yeah, so she continues to enjoy that. I just thought that was so cool. Because you never really know what you're gonna get, you know. Oh, by the way, I told you guys, I did this on Georgia and there was no reaction whatsoever. And she was not buffaloing me. She was just like, I don't really care. Get to rubbing, lady. Like she was like, I'm kind of past that. I prefer a good fashion, you know, need my muscles sort of deal. She had no reaction. And then you guys saw what Chester did. So every horse is a little bit different. All right, now with the couple minutes we have left, I'm going to quiz you guys. I have a video I'm going to show you. And I want you all to tell me what you see. Okay, let me find it. Burp. Okay. I think it was the first. I think it's this one.
Airbnb
Hold on,
of
I'll do this
Vermont.
one.
Picture a vacation rental.
No, it's not this one. Hold on. It's this one. Okay, hold on. Boop. Zoom. Here you are. Share. Doo-doo. Okay, share that. Okay, check this out. I'm going to take us to a correct space. So I'm going to cue this up for you and I'm going to tell you what's going on. She just got done doing some distance work on the pole. Okay. And she is currently giving her a break. So stoic mare, giving this mare a break from some distance work on the pole. Write it in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. If you notice something funny / interesting / crazy. Just wait for it. And one nostril elongating. Yeah, this mare is funny with her nostrils. All right. So I got it. Whoops. Okay, keep watching. See the horse in the background? That horse has not been touched this entire video. Sending it over. Okay. So I tell you what, that is fun. And oh, Wanda got it. We got Wanda. We got Wanda. Okay, I'll tell you what, stoic mares, and I'll throw geldings in there too. Stoic geldings will send a release to a nearby horse, and generally it's a horse of lower status. Okay, so it's crazy, and it happens all the time when I'm working out, when I'm working with them. So I notice it all the time, all the time. And because I'm working in barns where horses in stalls, right, as they go down the aisle, and I start working one, and then 3 of them are yawning. And I know which horses are stoic, right? I know which ones are stoic, and then which ones are like, hey, Georgia, how's it going? Oh, hey, Betty over there, when are we going to get fed? Do you know? Okay, those are the ones that'll start yawning. Okay, I've had one situation where Georgia, I swear, Georgia made this other horse yawn against their own will. Okay, they didn't want to, but Georgia was like, you're going to yawn for me because I'm certainly not going to do it. I had another horse, yawn, made this other horse yawn that was standing next to them at the tie post. Okay, that horse started losing its mind, yawning so much. And I know that the horse that I was working on sent it because I felt the work that I was doing. I felt the release, but the horse was not releasing physiologically through the signs, right? So that was wild. I have horses yawn. I just did one this week where I was working on, she's not stoic, but she's kind of the dominant mare. And then there was like a baby, like a 3-year-old in the pasture next to us. And that horse started yawning. Okay. So that stuff is so fun, so wild. Yeah, totally. Yeah. When Mac wouldn't release, but Martha did. Yes, that was another great example of that. Okay, so just some fun stuff that I like seeing in these videos. I get distracted, as you guys can tell, but my distraction that time paid off, right? So yeah, kind of keep an eye out for that. It tells you that the work you're doing has more of an impact on them than you know. That's what it tells you. Okay. And not only, I call that a 2-for-1 deal. Okay. You're welcome, sir. I don't know who you are. I'm working on this horse, but you can have a little over there too. Okay. So that's fun. All right. As we close, does anyone have any final questions? Any questions? No? All right, cool. So you have your homework. If you want to join Journey Through the Horse, if you're not doing it, all you need is my clinic. And if you have my clinic, join us. If you need my clinic, message me and I'll get you the link. And then you get onto the private coaching page also. Okay. So it's super fun. I mean, I don't know. I love it. I love it. But you guys are doing a fantastic job. We're moving on to the neck. We're going to see some cool stuff. And I'm looking forward to it. Okay. Great job, guys. Have a nice week. Submit your videos. Bye.